Hi, it's Ian from Vocal Resony, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to effectively use vocal compression in singing. Vocal compression is going to help us create a great dynamic in our vocal, and it's going to help us beautifully deliver in a live performance. With great compression, we're going to build great authority in our singing, and we're going to gain so much more control over our voice. Now, what are the two types of compression that exist in singing? Well, there's two types. There's muscular compression, and then there's air compression. Muscular compression occurs when we exercise edge coordination, which is when our arytenoid muscles, which are two muscles that bring our vocal folds firmly close together, getting them to vibrate very loosely and creating a strong lateral compression in phonation of the vocal folds. Now, I want you to think, for an instance, of a baby's cry, which is going to rather sound like this, right? And I want you to pay attention closely to the start of the sound, to the onset. There's a creaky sound quality to it, right? And that's our vocal fry. That start is going to be the arytenoids coming into place and exercising edge coordination, and again creating that squeaky sound quality to the sound. Now I want you to really lean into that creaky sound quality on the onset at the start of the sound, and then lean into the cry and get real pouty. It's gonna go like this. Now, to exercise muscular compression and putting this baby's cry into practice in a warm-up, we're gonna use the word wah, as I said, and we're gonna use a 3-tone scale starting from the top and really crying into the sound, getting real pouty and walking down. So for my male singers, we're gonna start here, and ladies, I'll cue you in as when you can jump in, and for my male singers, I'll cue you out also as when you can jump out and jump back in later when we walk down, since I'm gonna be switching from male keys to female keys eventually. So we're gonna start here, as I said, and it's gonna go like this. Now, again, I want to remind you, I really want you to lean into the poutiness, and I want you to start on the onset with that creaky sound quality of the vocal fry and get really pouty to show as much vulnerability as possible, which is where we really want to exaggerate it with this exercise. Good. Into that cry. Good. Nice. Ladies, you can jump in. Fantastic. Lean into that creaky sound at the start. And really cry into it. Guys, if you feel a little bit high, you can tap out. Just cry into it. Good. Give me 2 more. Nice. Let's walk down. Nice. Guys, you can jump in if you feel comfortable. Really into that cry. And allow yourself to get that creaky sound quality on the onset with vocal fry. It makes it so much easier. As we're compressing that start, right? That's where the muscular compression is happening. Give me a few more. 2 more. And last one. Good job. Rest. The other type of compression is called air compression. This type of compression happens when our vocal cords apply resistance to airflow. What this means is that our vocal cords will apply a sudden stoppage at the start of phonation, holding back air and resisting it. And we can achieve this by using certain consonants. Consonants like G, B, D are going to apply a sudden stoppage at the start of phonation, and they're going to apply great resistance to airflow. This is going to help us improve our air management as we exert a more consonant-driven singing at a speech level and not so tonal, which is commonly heard in contemporary music. Now, this type of compression can be extremely helpful to help us navigate a very demanding chorus with a lot of wording or a lot of stamina required, where we're gonna use that air much more optimally to get us with that line in that chorus. Now, to put air compression into practice, we're gonna use the sound bop, okay, B-O-P, and I want you to really emphasize and put a lot of attack on that consonant, on that B, and really emphasize it to get a grip of the word and apply a really sudden stoppage at the start of phonation, at the start of the sound. Now, for this warm-up, we're going to use, once again, a 3-tone scale going from the top to the bottom. For my male singers, we're going to start here, and it's going to go like this. Boop, boop, boop. Now, ladies, I'll cue you in once again as when you can join in, as I'm going to go from male keys to female keys simultaneously. So yeah, I'll cue you in as when you can jump in. So let's go from here. Boop, boop, boop. Good. Boop, boop, boop. Really emphasize that B. Boop, boop, boop. And keep it really staccato. Boop, boop, boop. Good. Boop, boop, boop. Fantastic. Boop, boop, boop. Ladies, you can tap in. Good. Boop, boop, boop. Fantastic. Boop, boop, boop. Guys, you can start dropping that jaw. Boop, boop, boop. Good. Boop, boop, boop. Mark that B. Boop, boop, boop. Good. Boop, boop, boop. Fantastic. Boop, boop, boop. Drop that jaw. Give me one more, guys. Boop, boop, boop. You can tap out if you feel like it's a little bit high. No need to force it. Ladies, start dropping that jaw. And mark the B. Boop, boop, boop. Give me 2 more. Boop, boop, boop. Really emphasize that consonant. Let's mark down. Fantastic. Boop, boop, boop. Good. Boop, boop, boop. Fantastic. Guys, if you can tap in, you feel comfortable, give it a try. Boop, boop, boop. Good. Boop, boop, boop. Fantastic. Boop, boop, boop. Good. Boop, boop, boop. Give me a few more. Boop, boop, boop. Good. Boop, boop, boop. Nice. Boop, boop, boop. And last one. Boop. Boop, boop. Good job. Rest. So as you can see, we got great compression by really emphasizing that consonant, that B, and we got great stoppage at the start of phonation, at the start of the sound, and it was really great to gain so much more control over the sound that we were making. Now we can apply this to a lyric in a song, and it's gonna make it so much easier to sing that tricky line with a tricky lyric in a chorus. You might be really stressing them and you're like, gosh, I can't really keep pushing through that line. It's so exhausting. Well, try applying this. Try emphasizing those consonants. Try exerting a more consonant-driven singing to really gain control over your wording. And I promise that it's going to make it so much easier. And remember, if it gets challenging, just isolate that word with a speech level approach. And I promise you that it'll make it so much easier. Now, I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.